And you've got to study and think about this money stuff through the lens of behavior modification. It's not a math problem.
As the wise Dave Ramsey, a financial advisor and host of a popular radio show and podcast, says, money is not just about math, it's about behavior. In other words, it does not matter how much money you have, how you spend it makes the difference. Let me share another clip from Ramsey that caught my attention.
And we have figured out that personal finance is 80% behavior. It's only 20% head knowledge.
Rachel Cruz, co-host of The Ramsey Show, agrees with her father's perspective and explains that understanding the psychology of money is crucial if we want to understand our behaviors related to spending, saving, using debt, and investing. It's important to dig deep and uncover the underlying reasons behind our financial decisions. You know, when it comes to our financial struggles, it's not just about the big economic picture. A lot of it has to do with our own behavior. Think about this. In 2020, a Federal Reserve survey found that a whopping 25% of adults in the U.S. had no emergency savings. I mean, that's like living on the edge, financially speaking. And get this, 31% had less than $400 set aside for emergencies. That's not much of a safety net. But here's something we've all been guilty of at some point: impulse buying. In a Bankrate survey from 2021, a whopping 59% of Americans admitted to making impulse purchases. You know how it goes. You walk into a store with a plan, but then you see something cool and just throw it in your cart. It might seem small at the time, but these little purchases can add up quickly. So, while there certainly are bigger economic factors at play, our individual financial behaviors have a huge impact on our financial stability. It's something we all need to think about if we want to secure our financial future. Failing to tackle these money behaviors doesn't just have short-term consequences. It can mess up your financial life in the long run. We're talking about getting stuck in a debt cycle, dealing with constant financial stress, and watching your future security slip away. But don't worry, I've got something important to share. I've delved into Dave Ramsey's insights, and he's identified 6 key behaviors that are holding us back from financial success. So let's get real and start taking control of your financial future. Alright, let's kick things off with the first piece of advice from Dave Ramsey. Stop living beyond your means. Did you know that the average American household has over $90,000 in debt? It's a common issue, and it's time to put a stop to it. In our world today, where buying stuff seems like a never-ending race, it's way too easy to spend more cash than we actually bring in. But as Dave often puts it, you can't get ahead financially if you're constantly in debt.
If you will live like no one else later, you can live and give like no one else.
Wise words, right? So how do we stop this madness?
Get on a budget, a written plan. You have to do a budget on paper, on purpose, before the month begins, every month. If you worked for a company called You Incorporated and you manage money for You Incorporated the way you manage money for you now, would you fire you? Don't answer that.
Well, first off, we've got to make a budget. A budget isn't just about being the money police and taking all the fun out of life. Nope, it's a plan that helps us know where our cash is going. Start by writing down how much money you bring in each month and then tracking what you're spending it on. This simple step gives you the lowdown on your financial situation. Once you've got the 411 on your finances, the next step is to make sure you're not spending more than you earn. This might mean cutting back on some things or finding cheaper alternatives. It's like saying, hey, I'm in control here, not my spending habits. Remember, Dave Ramsey's big idea here is that this is the foundation of your money journey. Living within your means and sticking to your budget is how you get things rolling. It's like building a strong base for a tall tower. In simple words, live on less than you earn, and you will be able to achieve all of your big financial goals, such as paying off debt, saving for emergencies, and investing for the future. It all starts with this simple but powerful concept. So let's get out there and start living like no one else, so we can enjoy a better life later on. All right, let's roll into our second tip from Dave Ramsey. Stop making those pesky car payments. Yep, he's all about saying goodbye to those monthly car bills. Why? Well, because car payments can eat up your money faster than you can say auto loan.
Okay, $500 a month invested from age 30 to age 70 in a decent growth stock mutual fund in a Roth IRA is over $5.6 million. That's what a car payment costs you. It's $5 million over the scope of your life. And so that's why, rich people don't have car payments, because that's how they got rich.
Dave makes it clear. Your income is like a secret weapon for building wealth. So don't let car payments sneak in and steal it away. What's the game plan? Dave's got a simple one. Buy used cars with cash. You don't need a brand new shiny ride to get from point A to point B. A reliable used car can save you loads of money. So, instead of sending your hard-earned cash to the car dealership every month, save up and pay for your wheels in full. By cutting out car payments, you free up more money in your monthly budget to put towards your financial goals. Whether that's paying off debt, building up your emergency fund, or investing for the future, those extra dollars can make a huge difference. So remember, when it comes to cars, Dave Ramsey's mantra is cash is king. All right, on to the next financial hurdle that Dave Ramsey wants us to conquer: credit card debt. You know those little plastic cards that can turn into big problems? Yep, those ones. Now, speaking of debt, the average credit card debt per household in 2020 was around $5,315, according to Federal Reserve data. That's a lot of money owed, and those interest payments can really eat into your finances.
The middle class ensures that they're never going to be anything but middle class by being in debt to credit card companies and car companies.
Dave's not a fan of credit card debt, and for good reason. Those high interest rates can turn even small balances into huge headaches. So what's the plan? Dave recommends a strategy called the debt snowball. It's all about paying off your smallest debts first while making minimum payments on the others. As you knock out each debt, you move on to the next one. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, gaining momentum. By doing this, you'll start to see progress faster, which can be super motivating. Plus, it's a clear path out of debt, so you can finally start building wealth instead of making interest payments to credit card companies. Remember, the key here is to stop using those credit cards while you work on paying off the debt. It might take some time, but with determination and the debt snowball method, you can kiss credit card debt goodbye. Next up, it's time to talk about something that can save your financial bacon: having an emergency fund. The National Endowment for Financial Education reported that 74% of Americans feel stressed about their personal finances, with a lack of emergency savings being a major source of that stress.
It's your rainy day fund for when stuff happens, not if stuff happens, because stuff is going to happen, and you better be ready.
Dave hits the nail on the head here. Emergencies are bound to happen. It's not a question of if, but when. So what do? You prepare for them. Dave recommends starting with a mini emergency fund of $1,000. This is your safety net for unexpected expenses like car repairs, medical bills, or surprising home repairs. Having this cushion means you won't have to rely on credit cards or loans when life throws a curveball. Building this emergency fund might take a little time, but it's worth it. It's like having a financial superhero ready to swoop in and save the day when trouble strikes. So, get that emergency fund going and have peace of mind knowing you're prepared for life's unexpected twists and turns. Alright, let's dive into the fifth piece of wisdom from Dave Ramsey. It's all about investing. Did you know that according to recent data, about 55% of Americans aren't investing in any way? That's over half of the population missing out on potential financial growth.
When you sit down with someone that actually knows what the flip they're doing, they can help you put the cookies on a shelf where you can reach them. That's called a teacher. and you don't understand about mutual funds, and you understand about the track record on a mutual fund, and that's how I started investing.
Dave keeps it simple. Saving money is great. But if you want to supercharge your financial journey, you've got to get into investing. Now, investing might sound fancy, but it's really just about making your money work for you. Dave suggests starting with retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA. These are like turbocharged savings accounts with special tax benefits. When you invest in these accounts, your money has the potential to grow over time, thanks to the magic of compound interest. It's like planting a money tree that grows while you sleep. Dave's advice is to start early and be consistent. Even if you can only put a small amount away each month, it can add up big time over the years. And the sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. So don't leave your money sitting idle in a regular savings account. Start investing, even if it's just a little bit, and watch your wealth grow over time. It's a key part of securing your financial future. Remember, as Dave Ramsey puts it, you must learn to save and then invest, or you will never win with money. Alright, let's dive into our final piece of advice from Dave Ramsey. Don't ignore financial education. This one's all about getting smarter with your money. Dave's telling us that real financial peace isn't about collecting fancy stuff. It's about understanding how money works and using it wisely. So what's the deal here? Well, it's time to become a student of money. Read books, listen to podcasts, and attend workshops or classes about personal finance. The more you know, the better equipped you are to make smart money moves. You see, financial education isn't just for experts in suits. It's for regular people like you and me. It's about learning to manage our money so we can enjoy life without constantly stressing about it. Think of it like this. When you understand the rules of the money game, you can make strategic moves that help you win. You can make your money work for you instead of the other way around. The National Institute on Retirement Security found that almost 40 million U.S. households had zero retirement savings in 2019. Now, that's concerning because it means many people aren't planning for their financial future. That's only because people have no financial education. So don't skip this step. Invest some time in learning about money, and you'll discover that it's one of the most valuable investments you can make. It's like having a superpower, the power to control your financial destiny. So get out there, start learning, and take control of your financial future.